Hello. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're on both sides. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to Coming Into Being. I'm going to send out my little message. So, this is your time to just be present with yourself and take that time, take that moment. Hello, Caroline. To really connect in and just to be with yourself, be present with yourself. So, here we have the group space. And to do this in practice, and then it kind of depends on what comes up with the group, what we do. But it's and Cherie. So, and if you're popping in, just feel free to stop in the chat. Like I see the people on Instagram show up, and but on YouTube, I don't see you unless you say hello in the chat. So, and Asta and Cherie and Sydney, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I think we're kind of all over the place here, in a good way, in a good way. So take a nice deep breath in, and then just let it go. Just like put everything before this present moment aside. And Alexandra coming, and Lydia coming in the other side. Hello. And just kind of release everything. You know, let's just put everything aside. You've got this time is for you. It's just to connect in and take that moment. You know, we just tend to not do that enough for ourselves. We get busy with stuff. I don't have my water, so hopefully my voice will be okay. I'll just clear my throat a bit. But we just don't always take the time we need to just reconnect with ourselves. And it doesn't take much, even just a minute. Literally, a minute will seem like a long time when you're sitting there and you know somebody's waiting for you, but you just have to recenter. But a minute isn't really that long for everything to just be on hold, even 30 seconds, you know. So anyways, let's take another nice deep breath in. Really fill up your lungs as much as possible. Really stretch those lungs, fill them even more and more and more and more, and then just kind of hold it for a couple seconds at the top, even if you think you can't hold it anymore. And then just exhale it out. And just be aware of your body, wherever you are, whatever position you're in. Notice where you are in your awareness. Are you more in your head, or are you kind of more in your whole body? And even if you're feeling kind of groggy, or, you know, if you're one of those people who's a little kind of groggy when you're waking up, where is that still sitting? Is it your whole body that you're in, or is it just your head? We tend to be a lot more in our head. And just with all the devices and everything, computers, I mean, it's been kind of a wonderful addition to our lives, but it's really kind of emphasized this part a lot, right? So let your mind just relax, and just with every exhale, if you want, just allowing yourself to kind of melt and melt down. Bring your awareness down to the lower sacrum area. And feel your lower sacrum, your butt, your hips, you know, what you're sitting on. Everything, yeah. Kind of slows everything down. Might feel like you're falling back asleep if you just got up, but that's all right. Notice how everything just slows down. coming into this moment in time. If you're one of those people who tends to be kind of jumping ahead to the next thing, it's going to feel slower, and it's really good to do that because you're probably a little bit ahead of time when you're like that, when you're always jumping to the next piece, not sitting still. So just aligning more precisely with this moment. And just keep focusing on your breath. Everything you do really wants you to be present in this moment. And too often we're caught up in the past going into the future. And we've heard that for so long. You know, I'm sure this is not the first time or the last time you'll hear it. You know, we're either stuck in the present or in the past, stuck in the past or moving into the future. And that's another way of saying that we're not aligned with ourselves and not aligned with the present moment. So right now, taking that time to just be in that stillness of the mind and stillness of the body, focusing on your breath. If your mind is going on and on and on, which it could be, just notice that. That's fine. Notice that that's the habit. Come more into your body. Feel what you're sitting on. Drop down to what you're sitting on. And you don't need to get rigid about that. You know, sometimes we do these things because we're not used to being in a place, so we're kind of like really kind of holding on tight. So it kind of shows up as being rigid, you know, just and that's okay. Just know that it's like not about going like this, but just about being present. Eventually, it's like when we first do something, we have to we're trying extra hard to do it, and so we get a little neat like that. It's like when people are practicing boundaries or setting their boundaries with their interactions with other people. There's this way that they can really come up as like, no, you know, really, and it feels like kind of abrupt, but that's just learning that, being comfortable with that, and then when you're there, when you're used to being there, then it's like just natural. And it's like anything we learn. When we learn it for the first time, we're just like kind of all over the place, you know. You know, riding a bike or tying our shoelaces, or when we were really young. But even as we get older, anything that we start to do that's new, it's like I feel like all over the place with it. And so trying extra hard, and then we just flow with it. All right, let's drop down to the core of the earth. Okay. All right, last time with Sydney, we kind of brought that up, and we're talking about kind of coming into the throat area. Kind of connects up to expressing ourselves. And expressing yourself can be either saying what is for you to say, or sometimes it's just learning to not say, because we've just kind of like it's gone too much in the other direction. And so coming into that alignment and just being present, that's and not saying anything is also an expression. And when you're too much in one or the other, you're not able to go into one or the other, then you're not in that place of balance for yourself. And then you can't choose what is the most appropriate expression for you in the moment and for what it needs to be expressed in the moment for yourself, but also for the situation, right? So take a deep breath in. Let's connect into the core of the earth. Dropping down again. Ah. Oh. And then on your next in-breath, just pull all that energy, all those frequencies up into your body, through your feet, through your legs, through your torso, and into your throat. And bringing your awareness into your throat and just into the breathing with your, focusing on the throat. So it's like you're aware of your breath, and your awareness is kind of sitting in your throat. And notice what that feels like for you. Does it feel tight? Does it feel kind of one side is this, the other side is that? The front, the back. Kind of just sit and be aware, become aware of those different pieces for yourself. So some of you have like these extra structures in there. So energetic structures, I just see them as, I call them structures because that's literally kind of what they look like kind of like rebar, or it's a structure for building. So some of you have that. Some of you, it's more mushy and there's like little openings. Some of you, there's some flow going, but then it's sort of like one direction only. Pulled up. Okay, yeah, there's some of that pulling up that's happening for. So what that means is that you're a lot in your head. And so that is going to be a little tweaked. Some people will actually sound that way, right? They just like if the voice is a little higher, and you might notice that for yourself when you're a little stressed, your voice is a little higher than when you kind of relax down into your body. Then your voice can open up more. So that's the whole throat area, of course. Wow, there's a lot of stuff for people in there. Whew. Good one for bringing that up, Cindy, last time. Yeah. So just keep breathing, focusing on the breath, and kind of bringing that breath of awareness into that throat area. And so this is going to be probably more going to be a general clearing here. There's a lot here for people. We can say that women have had a tendency to be suppressed in their expression, but men have also been distorted in their expression too. So that natural expression has been just kind of convoluted for everybody. Yeah. Huh. And noticing whatever comes up, whoever might show up, really becoming aware of your body, so you can even put your hands around your throat to just kind of remind yourself, okay, this is my body. Here's where I want to be in my awareness. So if we're out here, probably picking up other stuff, other people. So really coming in to inside. You know, we've talked about this, but today we're really just focusing on that throat. And pulling your awareness into within that boundary of your skin, of your body. Oh. And if you are inclined to make any sounds like I just did, that will, you know, go ahead and do that if you feel comfortable doing that. And if there's people around you, then just pretend you're clearing out your throat, which you are. And even if you make a soft sound, you go, or breath sound, that is good. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Thought it started at 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, you know, that's because Wisdom Happy. Yeah, thanks for you made it. Yeah, that was because there was a time difference because of Eastern Standard Time. So we're focusing on the throat if you're just joining in. So, gosh, you're making me think I might have put the wrong time, but usually, yeah, 6 hours difference with Eastern Standard. Sorry about that. There was like a couple weeks we were at 2 p.m. Eastern instead of 1. So glad you made it. Just come into your throat and come into your breath. Oh, 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 yeah. Star Galaxy Cat, come on in, join the fun, and come into your breath and into your body. Feel your whole body come into the throat. Yeah, Wisdom Happy. That's right. It shifted. We were a couple weeks there. We were only 5 hours apart with Europe instead of 6. So we all got mixed up, tell you the truth, these time changes. Why can't they just either just eliminate it or everybody changes at the same time, right? No. So no worries. And even if you just vibrate without putting the sound out, feel that vibration in your throat and your vocal cords in your throat and your whole body. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I invite you to do any kind of vocalization, internal or if you want to really belt it out, go ahead. Yeah. And if you want, you can kind of follow me along with the breath. This is from something from Continuum with Emily Conrad Daoud, but it really will help to loosen things up here. So just, you're breathing fast. You can go a little slow if you want, but it's kind of in, out, in, out, in, out. And then you just move your mouth around. And you might feel like you want to move your head, your neck, and so just follow that movement. Okay? So just follow along in your own rhythm, your own way of moving. But again, fast in and out, just in, out, in, out, in, out. And then just start moving your mouth around and making whatever shape you want with that. Your neck, maybe your shoulders too. Maybe your whole back. Just going to slow down. Coming into regular breath. Feel your throat. Feel how that shifted the throat. Anything that it opened up or anything that it really brought to the surface also. Yeah, so shifting that out, yeah, just brought a deeper layer through. That's a really good breath movement piece that You can try it for yourself on your own and just let your body move with that. Any way that it wants to stand up, get on all fours, just kind of move and let it just ripple through your whole body. Continuum, Emily Conrad Dowd, or Emily Conrad maybe, as she might go by now, but anyways, did a weekend workshop with her a long time ago. Really interesting stuff that she does with movement and breath and that fluidity and that negative space, positive space movement. Yeah. So anyways, that was one of the exercises we just popped in. Hadn't thought about that for a long time, but so feeling the throat, and you likely are still just sensing, feeling a lot of stuff. And that's okay. This is just loosening things up, starting that unwinding process for yourself. There's a lot there for people, so that would take a lot more work, maybe even individual sessions also. But this is good. This is at least to get it started, to get it, So feel into your throat. Bring your awareness there. Pull yourself into your body. And again, that surface skin of being that boundary for your body. Try to pull your awareness all the way into that so you feel like you're in that container that's defined by your skin, or that definition of what's inside and what isn't. What's outside, yeah. Feeling the breath, being aware of your throat, feeling the breath, feeling that air just moving through the throat. Exhaling through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. See what that feels like. Shift that around. There we go. Yeah, nice. Very nice. As you have that awareness in your throat, with your breath, become aware of that core of the earth down below you. And it's like being on top of the Empire State Building, but having that sense of that street level below. So same thing. You're here in the throat, having that awareness of that core of the earth. You earth grid. Ha. And feeling that coming up, energy coming up from the earth into your throat, because that's your awareness is kind of helping to direct it very specifically into that area for you. Just feeling that filling up. feeling that presence of you here. So it might be really deep in the core still. There might be a lot of stuff on top of it, but just, and if you can't feel it, so let me take you there first. Going into the core, the center of your throat, your neck area, not just your throat, your whole neck. Just kind of feeling kind of this little spark of light in there. And if you can't get an image, can't see an image in your head, you can't have a sense of that in you, just say right now, say to yourself, I can't get a sense of it. I don't have a sense of it right now. I can't tell if it's there or not, but I know it's there. And at some point I will be able to. Okay, affirm that it's there for you because it is. It's like, oh, just right now, you know, whatever reason, I just can't tap into that, but it's there. I know it's there. And at some point, I'll be able to, it'll show up. It'll be there. I'll see it. I'll connect with it. Really important to do that for yourself, guys. Because it's locking it into your system. It's like, no, it's there because it is. Just that right now, it's like, and that happens to me. It's like, there's a hell of a lot of stuff in front of it. I can't see it. You know, sometimes it's foggy out there. We can't see the road because it's foggy, right? Same thing. You still know the road is there, even though you can only see 2 feet in front of the car when you're driving, kind of thing, right? It's like, okay, I know that road is there. I know I'm going down the road here. Can't see it, but I know it's there. Same thing. Can't. So if you can see it, it's great. If you can't, just like, nope. Affirm that for yourself. Yeah. Very nice. Hey, how's everybody doing with this? It's kind of an interesting, really different session today. Different than the average. What are you noticing for yourselves? And yeah, feel free to comment in and just how that was for you, what's coming up for you now. Okay, I'll give you guys some time. Sometimes there's just this lag so I'll just put up my value donation QR code. Let's see. There's something stuck blocked in my throat, which I've known for a while. Session seems to be unlocking it. Yeah, good. So starting the process. You can just keep feeling into that area and just keep, vibrating, or what we did to keep opening that up. Can energy work help animals? I asked because the vet gave my dog eardrops and now he can longer hear, or I guess no longer hear. Well, that's kind of weird. So I think you forgot to put in a no here, and now he can no longer hear. Is that correct? Yes, it can. Some people are really good with animals. I haven't worked a whole lot with animals, but is he an older dog? I get the sense he's an older dog. There seems to be like sadness with him. Let's see, Cherie. I feel lighter. The breath work makes me want to dance. Oh, good. That's getting the flow going, right? Lots unfolding of what I can look at. My screen is having issues. My phone can't see what I write. Okay, you're getting through somehow. Vibration feels good. I have chronic thyroid issues too. Yeah, so actually, that vibration is good for the thyroid. He's 7, so that's kind of middle age for dogs, right? Depending on the dog, but he feels kind of sad to me. For some reason, I keep getting this image of an old dog, and I say old dog because I see kind of like the white hair, and there's just sadness there. What's really good for animals is um, uh, flower remedies. So you can look into that, and you might want to connect with find somebody who's a good animal communicator, who's got a good track record, because that can really be useful. And also flower essences, and it's kind of cool with animals because there's human filters could we could block things, but now he's very sad. He can't hear after that visit and doesn't want to play. Yeah. Yeah, even just the Bach flower remedies, that's the one I'm most, I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but yeah, there's like there's a change, like walnut is good for change. I mean, there's different ones. So yeah, because we don't want a sad dog. He's not that, he's doesn't really have any reasons to be sad, in terms of he should be enjoying his life, right? Like all doggies. So that's really kind of odd with that visit. What about you guys on how's stuff? Nobody's posting on the other side here on YouTube. So, but anyways, yeah. So coming back to the throat. It's even just and so here we're talking about the throat, but just in terms of that vibration, feeling into that block, wherever that block is, you can go to an area and just feel yourself in there. See if you can take that vibration down to that area, or even just feeling into it. Let's say in the wrist, you got something in your wrist, so just putting your awareness in the wrist and then just letting that come through, move through in your arm and out, and voice it out, kind of thing can be really helpful. So a kind of interesting session, very different. On the YouTube side, I don't know how you guys doing over there. Everybody's quiet, and just allow it to, whatever sounds you want to make, whatever sounds feel like they need to come out. Yeah, and Sydney, coming back to you, but just for everybody in general, also just allow that to move beyond your throat, that expression, and just like what we did of just moving your neck around, moving your shoulders, because all of that is connected to letting this open up and free up, kind of thing. The thyroid, you can go to loosen that up. It's interesting that I feel my throat really light and open, but there's a heaviness in my chest and some tension in my face. Yeah. So, yeah. And so here's the catch with the throat, it's that it's between those two places. So the head and the heart, a lot of tension in your jaw. Yeah. So, okay. Getting specific here. Yeah. So it's like that expression that wants to come up but is not able to express that self. So there's that opening, and yet there's something that's holding back from that expression for you in that chest area. Might be yours, it might not be yours. It might be somebody else's that's just kind of hanging in there also. So we kind of opened up that throat, and that. So, but there's other pieces, yeah. And usually when there's tension in the jaw, it's like you're just choking back on trying to say something, and you're just holding all that tension, and you're just trying to like not, stay in that happy, light, open space. But there's this other stuff that wants to come out that needs to be said, or reverse. It could be like in a place where it's like, oh, I've got to like be serious and all that, and everybody can't laugh because it's like, there's just this laughter and this joy that wants to come out, and it's like, this is, at a funeral, we're not supposed to be laughing in this serious situation, kind of thing. So I don't know, my voice feels lower now. It always feels like I'm at the top of my throat. Thank you. Yeah. So I know you work with musicians, but to be able to sing, we actually really have to come into our bodies, because if you're up here, so you really have to come into that diaphragm. So good, yeah. Notice when you talk, are you talking? Where are you when you're talking? Are you like down your body? And it was interesting because, I've done kind of toning. It occasionally comes up in sessions, but this time it was really deep, very low. Sounds right. The second part. Yeah, there we go. So what's that expression you're trying to hold back? But yeah, so having that deeper was kind of interesting. Very, very down low. So also when you're doing that, kind of just playing around with that sound with your throat, go up and down, up and down, low, how low can you get, and how high can you go, kind of thing, and open up that. I started to wear my mouthpieces again for straight teeth. It tightens the jaw right away. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a tough one. I get the sense that there's a misalignment in your mouth. That's really interesting. Yeah, there's, it doesn't feel like it's top and bottom. There's a little bit of top and bottom, but there's things where it's even not in alignment, right and left also. Interesting. So there's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of digging around to do with that, because there's a lot of constraints that are coming up with that whole piece for you, and you've got other people's frequencies in you too. I think this whole part that I'm picking up is not you, but it's in you. Problem is, energetically, it's in you. So one of the things you can do is just feel into that part, whatever it is, and bring it out through like journaling. They tried beaches twice, and my mouth didn't want to go back to alignment. Because there's something deeper. Oh, braces. There's something deeper that is really resisting, and part of what I feel is the resistance is you personally being forced into a certain expression, a certain way of being that you don't want to. So it's those braces felt like that was a really a physical level representation of being forced into being a certain way, and you're like trying to say, no, accept me for who I am. And so your whole body is your whole system. It's not just your body, but it's coming through your body with that forced alignment with the braces is coming into place. So start kind of really coming into that place. Yeah, that too, someone else frequently. So can relate a lot to dental work over the years. Yeah, all right. Yeah, yes, I think we can all relate to that in some levels. When you have somebody else's frequencies or other areas in you where you are not in your body is how that shows up. So the thing to do is you come into that area. You really bring your awareness into that area. We were talking about this last time. It can hurt when you get in there. You can really start to feel it. It starts to get painful, or even worse, more painful, as you push yourself into that. So that's we literally can go in there and feel those teeth. Bring your awareness even more into your jaw, more into all of this, and go into the tightness. It's going to feel tighter. And the reason it's feeling tighter is because you're becoming more and more aware of that tightness. So it's not really that it's technically getting tighter. It's just you're really feeling it more and more and more and more. And the more you go in until you move all the way through and release it out, So wisdom happy, do as much as you can for just embracing yourself, whatever you are, however you are. There's a lot of trying to fit in, trying to be in a way that's more comfortable for other people. And it's like, sometimes you just say, hey, fuck it, this is the way I am. And I'm not going to change myself for other people. Yeah, there's definitely, we all have to go through that piece of learning to adjust, to come, just to, okay, yeah, in the situation, yeah, we'll just shift a little bit how we respond, but or how we carry ourselves or how we dress or whatever. But to what degree do we do that without losing our sense of self? So if you can shift your dress, quote unquote, your dress, your behavior, how you respond, and not lose sense of yourself, no problems. But when you realize that you're doing it and you're losing that connection to yourself, that sense of yourself, and you're giving that up to feel more comfortable so that somebody else can, not get into all that, yeah, then look at that piece, and just kind of embrace yourself more. I know you've had a lot of dealings with people. It's kind of not been good ones that's come up in here. So, yeah, and that's been hard for everybody for different ways. Things come up, we move forward. But anyways, bottom line, love yourself. It's like, take that time to just say, okay, maybe didn't do the best I could, but okay, I'm doing the best I can. I could do better, but I'm doing the best I can, and I'm doing a damn good job with everything that I'm dealing with right now. There's always better, yeah. Ongoing issue, yes. I was talking about it today too, yes, right. Yes, ongoing. It's an ongoing thing because it's something that always can develop more. So, all right, interesting session here today, folks. Good work, good job. Keep making those keep making those monkey faces at yourself in the mirror, right? And letting that sound out, like you're brushing your teeth. Might be a little hard when you're brushing your teeth, but Anyways, and keep giving yourself a big hug for yourself, just appreciation for yourself. And we'll be back next week, and we'll see what comes up next week. So thanks for stopping by, and take care, everybody, and see you in the ethers and wherever else we stop in and bump into each other, here or wherever else. Take care, everybody.